Hey, my sister. Welcome to the Art of Women's Circles. My name is Lauren Walsh, and I'm the founder of Global Sisterhood, and it is my honor to invite you and welcome you into our sisterhood. I know that you know we are living in very strong times. These are serious times. It's a time of great shaking and what I believe to be great transformation. When Global Sisterhood started 5 years ago, we felt that there was an awakening taking place in the hearts of women everywhere. And if we could make a call out to women who were ready to rise and do her inner work and really transform so she can hold space for the transformation of our world, for other people to transform. And if we had an umbrella, a community of women who felt so inclined and so inspired that we could be so strong, we would individually grow stronger and we would grow stronger collectively as a conscious sisterhood that's, being real. We're being real, we're looking at ourselves, we're seeing all the patterns, and we're wanting to evolve. We're wanting to evolve and we're wanting to help others evolve, create spaces of healing or connection through using our gifts, through reclaiming our gifts, our feminine gifts that in many ways were shunned by society, our intuition, our empathy, our psychic abilities, our mystical abilities, these types of qualities that you couldn't quantify, you couldn't have data behind, were seen as frou-frou or even dangerous, actually. And we're in a time now where it is relatively safe. It is safe for women to be together, sharing our gifts, sharing our voices. We've made it into boardrooms. There's been so much progress from so many of our feminine ancestors and from women who are older than me who might be watching this. There has been so much progress because of you. And now we're in a time with technology and also just the planetary time where women are coming together and women are rising as leaders, but not the type of leaders that we've seen in the past, a new breed of leaders, a new paradigm of leaders that are really truly guiding with their heart and opening themselves to be channels of something higher. Whether you believe that's the universe, whether you believe that's love, whether you believe that's God, we are opening ourselves to be connected to the earth and to the elements and to each other and to really feel the collective state of humanity, to work it out through our bodies and through our sisterhood and to share and hold space and then help others do the same. So we are a community of hundreds of thousands of women in over 103 countries worldwide. And so far within the Global Sisterhood movement, there's been 15,000 women's circles that have taken place aligned with our mission. Every month, we host women's circles with a theme that's really pertinent to a woman's transformation, such as redefining beauty, my body, my rules, so that women can have these spaces to come together and share and do ritual and do meditations around how to really transform our relationships with our bodies and with the whole paradigm of judging ourselves. And we have themes like liberation through forgiveness. We have themes about sexuality. We have themes about masculine and feminine. We have themes about our intuition. And so we are a community worldwide of women who are coming together to do our inner work and to lift each other up. And so the fact that you're here tells me that you are a woman that is on a path of transformation and you're interested in learning how to lead a women's circle. And in this time that we are in, women's circles are so powerful. They're unlike spaces that we've known in modern society. There is a reemergence of sister circles taking place in the world. It's a sacred space, non-denominational, spiritual, but you can turn down the dial of spirituality and it can be just human, or you can really turn up the dial of spirituality and it can be very transcendental. And we come together and we do ritual and we do exercises, and it's a very powerful space. And women have been gathering in circle for as long as time can tell. And there was a period in our history where women's circles were had to go underground. They were dangerous because women's gifts, our intuition, our psychic abilities, our just emotional wisdom, our emotional intelligence was threatening and taboo. And now we're in a time where we have to bring those qualities in ourselves out of the closet. We have to free our voices. We have to share. We have to help others, led by our hearts, because it is what our planet is depending on. It is time for the feminine to rise, and it is time for us to do it hand in hand. And so it is an honor to share with you this training. This training will have numerous parts to it. You'll learn the basic steps of leading a woman's circle, the container elements and things that happen within it. And then you'll also learn some really important facilitation tips about how to be the proper presence that can hold that space. And at the end, we'll invite you into deeper training if you would like. And so before we begin, I just want to give you a little bit of a snapshot into who I am and what my life has been. And growing up in this world, I was a young woman. I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I experienced what many women experience. I experienced different types of abuses, absent father, things like that. So I had a huge issue with the masculine force, which then led to a huge issue with women and girls and ultimately my self-esteem. And I was on a destructive path for numerous years until I had what I can only call an awakening. And I do not mean that I became enlightened. I do not mean that I somehow knew more things. All I can say is that my eyes were open. My eyes were open to the power I had to transform my life, and that there was a intelligent force that could be called upon, that could be connected with, that could help me transform. And when I surrendered to that and I devoted myself to that, my life just blossomed, totally changed. I went to the deep depths of my shadowy parts of my mind and body, and I rise to heights that I had never seen, and I'm still on that journey. And women's circles have been a huge help, healing my relationship with women and really helping me with my self-confidence. Deeply helping me with my voice and my value and my worth, and creating a safe container for me to cultivate my gifts, my talents, things that I admired in other people but didn't really see in myself. And so that is why Global Sisterhood began. Global Sisterhood began so that we could heal our trauma with women, with the feminine force, heal our trauma with men and the masculine force, and take back pieces of ourselves that might have gotten lost in maybe the illusion of backwards values in society. And so I am so honored to present to you this training, and I'm excited for what you will do with your life and with your work. And I am so looking forward to you holding space for others and experiencing the transformation I've experienced and witnessing that transformation in others. If you have any questions, you can contact us at support@globalsisterhood.org, and you can talk to me or my business partner, Shayna, and we'd love to help you. And if you want to take this work and hold virtual circles, we'll be following up with an email on how you do that. And so with that, my beautiful sister, I believe that we are going to transform as a human race, and we are going to grow, and we are going to continue to evolve, growing closer and more united. And so I hope you enjoy this training.
So let's get going on the art of women's circles, how to embody your feminine power so you can heal, inspire, and awaken other people. All right, so part 1, we'll go over the 5 most important steps to leading a woman's circle. And so these are structural components. And part 2 will be the 3 essential keys to embodying your feminine power so you can facilitate a space that creates transformation for other women. A space, the way you hold it, the way you show up, that allows for revelation, allows for insight, allows for connection, This is really where the magic is. Both parts are essential components. You need the structure, and then you also need the facilitator presence. And when you've mastered both of these things, you will be able to create a community that's transformational in nature. You'll be able to show up authentically. You'll be able to really live your calling, live your gifts, and help other women do the same. So, the mission of Global Sisterhood, one more time, is to help women awaken into their feminine power so that together we can help more women do the same. We are a movement of women who are seeking. We are women who feel there's a shift taking place and know that we have a part in it. So we lift each other up, we help each other heal, and we help grow the movement by empowering leaders like you to create these kinds of spaces for other women to join so that we can all rise and help transform our world together. Because right now, it is time for the women to rise, not in anger, not in blame, and not in division, but to truly bring our world into a new level of cooperation, forgiveness, peace, understanding, so that we can create a planet that is balanced, that cares about the earth, cares about each other, and can create systems that are sustainable to our well-being, to our hearts, to future generations. And this is what it's all about. We help empower you, who's called to this training, who's called to this work. We help empower you, give you community so that you can do what you're meant to do here. And you can also be held and cared for while doing it. So we have many women in the Global Sisterhood. Hundreds of thousands of women have been touched by the Global Sisterhood. And I think the biggest thing that is said about Global Sisterhood from these women is the level of authenticity, the level of truth and depth that they feel, the safety of connection that they feel, and how their experience in circles or with other women are just amplified, knowing that at the same time, all these other women are doing this work and that they are not alone. And I'm going to tell you a story of a woman who has become one of my dear friends. Her name's Marcella. Marcella found the Global Sisterhood in 2016 when we launched. She saw our very first video. She watched the video and she felt tears stream down her cheeks and she felt chills. She felt called. She had no idea what leading a women's circle was, but she was like, I have to. This is something that I'm going to do. And so she called her friends together last minute, and nobody could show up for International Women's Day, which was the next day. So she ended up using all of our resources, downloading our guidebook, and leading a circle with her 2 twin daughters. The experience deeply moved her. She was touched, and she knew that this is something that she was going to continue to do. So every month, she used our resources, and with our help, she led a women's circle. And her circle began to grow and grow until she began to be a staple in her community, a person holding this kind of space in her community, which then opened her up to wanting to learn so much more. It helped reflect to her power and her mission, and she began to acquire tools and trainings and certifications until she left her job in real estate. And she opened up a women's center, which is still available and open for any woman who's in Miami to attend, to join a circle and to do all sorts of other types of healing workshops there. And as a result of her coming into her purpose and coming into alignment with herself, she ended up leaving a very stale marriage and ended up just reclaiming this forgotten part of herself. And now, let me tell you, this woman is on fire. She is passionately, radiantly beautiful and feels so alive. And it's such an honor to know her and have witnessed this transformation in her. And this is not a transformation that is unusual when it comes to Global Sisterhood. Many women experience this type of progression in their lives, creating circles, holding circles, being held by sisterhood. Okay, so let's get into part 1. So part 1 has 5 steps to it. The steps are creating your intention, creating a sacred space, opening the circle intentionally, using rituals or meditations, and being authentic and real. So these are the structural components that are absolutely needed to lead a good circle. And number 5, we'll veer into part 2, which is about being in your feminine power. Okay, so the most important thing when starting a woman's circle is your intention. What is your why? And this is something that you already can feel inside if you can take a moment and feel deeply what even drew you to this webinar. Why are you here? What is it that you feel inside of you that you want to give? There's a passion, there's a calling, there's a service that is beckoning. And this is your why. And so this is the grand why. This is the big picture why. But then with every circle, with Global Sisterhood, we have a theme. And the themes are specific to a woman's evolution through believing that somehow she's less than and coming into her full power. So we have themes around body image, around voice, around sexuality, around men and women, around other women, around careers, around intuition. And we really help with these themes and the work that's provided in these themes. We help women and ourselves as facilitators grow in ways that we wouldn't have grown if we were just going about life in the way that we're used to going about it. These intentional circles help us go a little bit deeper into our inner work. It helps us go deeper into sisterhood community. And so creating an intention for your circle will really help set the tone and set the space and also guide the energy towards shifts happening, realizations happening. And it's also important to choose an intentional day. Sometimes it will just be on a Tuesday, but if you can align your circle near the new moon or the full moon or on a day that feels special to you, that can add to the potency, that can add to the ritual. And as a part of Global Sisterhood, we hold our circles on the new moon, and our theme is connected to the astrology of that moon. So not only are there women all over the world gathering in circle on this day, we have the same theme. That theme is connected to the astrology, and we're all doing our inner work together around this theme. So step 2, that's about creating a sacred space. So once you've created your intention, you're ready to create the space. And so you'll want to have your circle somewhere where you can fit a number of women in a circle. You might do it at a yoga studio, you might do it in your living room, you might do it outside. Either way, you want to make sure that it feels safe and you'll want to set the mood. So if it's in your home or a space that you're renting, many women like to clear the energy with a type of smudging or aromatherapy or even singing some songs, whatever feels good and true to you and your tradition. Many women like to use sustainable smudging, so potentially not white sage or any type of smudging that's endangered because of popular commercialization. And so whatever feels right, whether it's rosemary spray, whether it's Palo Santo, whatever feels right to clear the energy, to set the energy to a neutral, positive essence, and then you can set the mood. So often in our Global Sisterhood circles, we suggest having a central altar, a focal point, a point where women can gaze at and feel connected to themselves. So you might want to have some candles, some crystals, some flowers, some sacred objects that feel igniting and clarifying to you. And you might even invite women who are attending your circle to bring something to put on the altar as an offering and also an item that they might want to have blessed. And this way, women are a part of creating the mood and the sacred space with you. Also, we want to take into account that women are comfortable. So this, whether you have pillows on the floor or whether you have chairs, is really a factor of age and accessibility and also inclusion. So you definitely want to keep in mind the women who are coming to your space and whether they can sit on the ground comfortably for 2 hours or whether you want to provide chairs for them as well. A circle can be done in chairs, can be done on the ground. It can be done on the ground and in chairs. So it's really up to you. All right. And step 3 is to open the circle intentionally. So we have the intention, the why, we have setting the space, and then we have how we open the circle. So this is really about you. This is really about you creating the verbal agreements that create a safe space for sharing. So the agreements are as follows. The most important, there are many agreements, but ones we're going to go over today that are the most important are that this is a space of sisterhood. We practice sacred sisterhood here. So we practice deep listening and also authentic sharing. And in order for that to take place, we need the agreements of sacred confidentiality, meaning that what is said in circle is not repeated anywhere else, that this is a safe space for us to connect deeply and share what's real for us. And in order for us to do that, we have to agree that we won't talk about it. And you can even have the women raise their hands to agree. And that also this is a non-judgment space. So no matter what a woman is sharing, no matter how triggering it might be for you, this is a space where we practice looking at our own triggers and taking accountability for them. It's a place where we try not to project our judgments or opinions on another woman and how she's living her life or how she's sharing, but we really turn back and take ownership for what triggers us and we try to grow through our own triggers to greater understanding and compassion. And so that's really the main, most important aspects. There's many more guidelines around how we can share, the length of shares, and you can get really granular, and you can find those in our Sister Circle guidebook if you'd like. But really the most important for you to know is this. All right, so the next really important part of leading a woman's circle is to not just have the circle be just sharing. It's also really powerful to include meditation and rituals to take the context of the circle out of the mind and out of the mental cerebral zone and really into the emotional waters, into the more subconscious place within us where we're holding a lot. And that's what ritual is really great for. Ritual is about bringing our intention into the physical. And so it allows us through meditation and through different types of ritual exercises, we can get more clarity on what's really happening inside of us and what we need. And with that, we can then do ritual to bring clarity, to bring transformation, to bring movement into the physical so that we can be making actual progress in our evolution, in our self-awareness, in our growth. So rituals help connect us beyond the mundane and into the spiritual, mystical landscape that is inherently within all of us. Whether you're religious or spiritual or not, there is a very magical zone inside of us and where we have this, where the subconscious and the conscious mind meet. And it's this place of exploration that really helps us grow. And so in circle, we can do rituals and we can do exercises that help women go a little bit deeper into their own self-work than they can go on their own. And then through sharing about what we're learning in the rituals together, more aha moments, more healings, tears, all sorts of things can happen. And so if you've never done rituals or meditations or led people through these types of things, we have a program called Her Circle, which is a monthly membership for our facilitators where we provide a monthly ritual, a monthly self-work exercise, and an astrological report and tools for our facilitators to take and to assess and to make their own, and then to use our template to help guide women. So we don't let our facilitators feel like they're alone at this. We definitely help them, and they can make it their own. They can take it, they can leave it, but we offer a support to our facilitators through our membership, Her Circle. So that is available to you if you are interested. All right, and the fifth most important key is to be open, to be authentic, and to be real. So you do not have to be an expert. You do not have to be a teacher. You do not have to be a healer. You don't have to be something better than you are to lead a women's circle. The beauty comes from modeling authenticity. When you can truly show up as you are and talk about where you are with the topic. I mean, you can be in progress, you can be learning, and that's even better. If you can show up vulnerably and authentically and talk about where you are and where your setbacks are and what your edges and what you're trying to learn, you then set the tone for the women to do the same. And when all of the women feel comfortable being real, that's when magic happens. And also, leading circles is less about teaching and it's more about sharing. It's more about holding the space and showing up in the space rather than having to direct the space. You learn as you lead a circle to set some structure to the circle, to have a plan for the circle, but as a facilitator, you really learn how to feel and flow with the energy. And it's something that women are innately good at. It takes us being in connection to our intuition and also in trust of ourselves. And this is something that can be taught. And then also, again, model authenticity. So let yourself be heard and seen. You can factor yourself into the equation of allowing yourself to grow through circle. You don't have to just hold some superior space. You can grow and experience the transformation of circle too with your participants. All right, let's go to part 2. So the 3 essential keys to embodying your feminine power so you can facilitate transformation. So there are many keys, but these ones here are ones that I think are the most important to explain. So, number 1, embracing your whole self, your light and your shadow. Number 2, opening yourself as a channel, trusting your intuition and guiding the energy. And number 3, living in integrity with your values. All right, so let's dive in. Embracing your whole self, your light, your dark, your weird, your crazy, all of it. So a woman in her full power is a woman who is fully embraced that she feels it all. She isn't floating on some fluffy spiritual cloud above all the rest of petty human life and all their suffering. She is a part of the human race, and she feels her community, she feels her family, she feels the earth, and she also feels hope and faith and light, and she represents that. She represents someone who can feel all of her emotions and still feel such hope, feel such desire or prayer or intention for our world. She's able to understand her own darkness. She's able to understand her own greed, her own vanity, her own insecurity, and she's also able to hold space for it in such a way that it doesn't knock her down. She can feel these things and still recognize that there's nothing wrong with her, that she is an empath. She is someone who can feel, and therefore she can heal. Because she can feel it, she can heal it. And because she can feel it doesn't mean that she's not good enough. It doesn't mean that there's something broken in her. It means that she's alive. And she embraces both the heavier emotions and the joyous, more celestial emotions. She is someone who can really be real with who she is, how she's feeling, and she lives in harmony with the parts of her that she's working on, the parts of her that still need to grow, and also the parts of her that are already super evolved, the parts of her that are continuing to grow, continuing to thrive, and her gifts that she's already ready to offer the world. Each one of us has shadows. Each one of us has amazing gifts. And if we can really be okay owning that we are leaders and we're not perfect, and we are ready, even though we have so much to work on, then we can really make some headway in creating transformation in this world. So much of the time, I experience women feeling like because they see some things inside of themselves that aren't quite perfect, they're not ready to lead. They're not ready to step out and follow their hearts or follow their dreams. And all I'm going to say is that you're always going to see parts of you that aren't ready. You're always going to see things that you want to heal or improve upon. But we have to put ourselves out there. We have to follow that calling in our heart. We have to. That is the purpose. That's the reason we're here. And I'm going to talk about an offering at the end of this webinar that will help you really come out of this, closet that you might be hiding in and really feel ready to share your light and share your story and share your voice with the world. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, so opening yourself as a channel and trusting your intuition to guide the energy. So this part is really about once you're comfortable with yourself, once you realize you've got your stuff you need to work on, but you also have these really great gifts, you also realize that you are not alone. You're also a channel. You're a channel of love, you're a channel of light, and you can be a channel of wisdom. You can be a channel for your spiritual connection. So whether you believe in Mother Nature, whether you believe in the moon, the sun, the stars, or God, or an ascended master, whatever it is that makes you come alive, we open ourselves to be a vessel for that to come through and to guide the energy. It's less about our egos trying to control a situation and much more about our ability to surrender and to allow flow to take place, to not get in our own way. And then we have to be willing to make mistakes. So for this magical, spontaneous, amazing magic to take place, these spontaneous healings, these revelations, these breakthroughs that are very real and very possible and very common in circle, it's important to be able to follow your guidance. And when your guidance is wrong, be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go in a different direction. If you didn't hear your guidance correctly, just say okay and go in a different direction. And also to veer from your plan, and to flow what you're feeling and to take risks in that way. And also to trust your instincts. If you have a feeling about something, trust it. Trust it. If it's a no, trust it. If it's a yes, trust it. And be willing to speak up on behalf of your instincts. All right, and key 3. This is about living in integrity with your values and practice what you preach. So, what I want to say about this is that, of course, we're not perfect. Of course, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. There are things that I know are right. There are ideals I know I want to be living up to, and sometimes I fall short. And the fact that I aim to live in integrity with what I'm hoping all the women in the world can live up to as well. For example, sisterhood. A lot of women can feel comparison with other women. A lot of women can feel judgment towards other women. And I aim, as a part of my practice, to really have compassion for all women and have compassion for myself and to heal the paradigm of comparison and competition and jealousy. And I work to embody that. Sometimes do I fall short? Of course. But the fact that I am trying to live it makes me magnetic. It makes people attracted to what I say because they can trust me. And so whatever your passion is, whatever you believe is right and good and will help this planet, the idea is to practice living it, to live in integrity with what you think is good and true, and to not judge yourself when you're not perfect, of course, because that's also part of what is important to value, which is self-compassion. And when you can live in integrity with what you hope to be true and what you hope the rest of humanity can do and follow suit in, then it will make you a magnetic leader. It will help women be attracted to your circle, to your community, to your business, and it will establish a energy of trust so that you can help these women grow, and you can be a guide for their evolution as well. All right, so just like the women of the past, when we were being taught by our mothers or our grandmothers through a certain trade, or priestesses being initiated into their feminine power, often this kind of work, deeply, the work of the feminine arts, were passed down from teacher to teacher through initiation. And that's why I want to present to you an opportunity to go deeper into the feminine arts with me, deeper into how you can embody your full feminine power to become a new paradigm feminine leader, creating these spaces of healing and transformation. And so I want to invite you into our signature course, Circle Initiation. It's an online facilitator training and certification to learn the ancient art of leading women's circles. We designed the Circle Initiation program specifically for women who want to be leaders in their community and help others rise into their power. For women who want and feel the call to offer their life in service to positive global change. And also to break through all of the stuff, all of the old ways of being, all of the blocks, so they can live life more connected, trusting, surrendered, and in flow, willing to take risks, willing to follow their intuition, and also to help women increase their confidence so that they can manifest their vision and their dreams into reality. And we have run this course already once before. We had 84 women in our program, and it has been amazing for them. They are such beautiful, powerful women, and I have to let you know that tears and breakthroughs and so many amazing things have happened for these women. It's been truly remarkable to get to know them and for them to get to know us. And we've created this deep sisterhood with these women who are up to amazing things. And so let me explain a little bit about how the program works. So module 1 is about the global reclamation of the feminine. So this is about examining where we have created beliefs in our world paradigm, in our own existence, the way we view ourselves, the way we view the world, the way we view power, the way we view work, that has come from an unbalanced system, that has come from an unbalanced system believing that masculine traits were more valuable than feminine traits. And so this is about deprogramming the way the patriarchal society has made us potentially doubt ourselves, maybe had us even turn off or mute certain innate gifts of ours that we have forgotten even exist. And so this is a very powerful module. Right out of the gate, women are having breakthroughs and big healings. And it's just absolutely some of the most juicy work that I enjoy doing, because we can impact so much that's hidden within our subconscious and hidden within our minds, that once we can see and reclaim, we can integrate back into our bodies and feel wholeness. We can realize, wow, there isn't anything wrong with me. Actually, I'm perfectly whole. It was society that made me think these things. And actually, this society I see is out of balance, and I'm now going to be a person that uses my gifts in service to restoring balance. So this module is very powerful. And module 2, it continues. The powerful transformation continues. So it's about healing the shadows of sisterhood. So one of the things we have noticed, and what we've definitely noticed with this last cohort of women, is that the trauma we have with men is big, but the trauma we have with each other is in some ways even bigger. And there are many things that have taken place between women that need to be healed, need to be discussed, whether that's with our mothers, whether that's with our actual sisters, or whether it's with women we've experienced in the workplace, or women who we've had relationship issues with, whether we think we've forgotten about it and we've moved on or not, there's some deeper work to do here. And the reason why this is a part of the initiation process into being a new paradigm feminine leader, creating space for other women to heal, is because for us to vibrate and really resonate the truth of the sisterhood mission, we have to have done that work ourselves. And so not only are we going to be forgiving some of the wounds of sisterhood, the competition, the betrayal, the comparison, we're also going to be talking about how to embody the tools to create a safe space of women that are also processing through some of that stuff. How women can feel safe with each other, how you can hold space and guide conversations and mediate conversations so that people can come to really deep, united places of coherence and understanding. And module 3 is the alchemy of circle. So this is all about creating a safe space. It's really about how women can truly open in ways that they're not accustomed to opening, because so often we experience in our corporate jobs or in meetups or in social events that it's time to put on a smile, be pleasant, have small talk, and not necessarily go into the deeper, more authentic conversations that can really fulfill us and also can really create lasting bonds. And so there is an alchemy in how you can create that kind of trust and how you can guide that kind of space so that it's not just a therapy session, it's actually breakthrough centered sharing. It's women being able to share and have realizations while they're sharing that then creates this energy of other women having realizations and this snowball effect of transformation and inspiration that happens in a circle with the right conditions and the right facilitator guiding it. And so we're going to teach you all about this. And that is where such transformation, lasting transformation, can take place. And module 4 is the art of ritual. So it's all about how to create your very own rituals, how to design them, how to lead women through them. It's all about altar making and mood setting and how to create a sacred space with powerful energetic boundaries that enable that same type of transformation to take place. And module 5 is embodied feminine leadership. So this is a very important module. So this module is about the 9 tenets of what an embodied feminine leader practices. So we will teach you how to leave behind some of the out of balance, outdated leadership techniques that maybe you've learned throughout your life and really step into feminine leadership. Leadership that will help you feel alive in your body, that will help you feel energized and inspired. And we will really show you a path to walk down that will help you transform and grow in your leadership abilities ongoingly. And will help you reclaim certain gifts of yours and also do some work with what we call the light shadow. The light shadow is about what we see in others, these gifts we might see in others that are so beautiful that we might admire in others, but we have yet to really believe that we have those in us as well. So we do some big breakthrough work in this module about any limiting beliefs around why we might not be leaders, and we actually come to realize that we are very much indeed ready to be leaders on the path and continuing to grow as leaders. And also redefining what that actually means. It's not hierarchical, it's not top down, it's a new type of leadership that we teach. Okay, and module 6, coming out of the closet and letting yourself be seen. So this is about owning your gifts, owning your strengths, overcoming fear and rejection of judgment. This is how you actually do it. This is how you stop doing the work alone in your bedroom. This is how you stop just being a participant, but you actually step out and you let your community see you and you let yourself be seen. This is an important module because so many of us are tempted to hide. You might get off this webinar and say, wow, what really good information. Maybe I'll do that one day. because this part of you that wants to hide is actually guiding the ship. So this is how we overcome that part of us that wants to feel safe, that's scared of being rejected, that's scared of being betrayed, that's scared of being talked about. And we actually step out and we can start to see that all of that stuff isn't going to happen. And if it does, and when it does, how to not let it hurt us and how to not let it impact our self-esteem, because for so long it has. And this is about overcoming that in a really powerful way. And finally, Module 7, launch and grow your circle. So this is about actually creating your circle. This is about how to market. It's about overcoming fears of charging and money. This is about receiving marketing tools, copy, graphics, and helping us help you get it set up. So this is a very important module so that by the time you're done with circle initiation, you will be ready. You'll be in a whole different state of mind, energy, and you will be ready to create your very first circle or to deepen in the circle work you've already done, because we do have women in the program who have led circles for multiple years and have still found this training to actually have been the boost of energy and transformation they needed to take their circle deeper. All right, so this is how it works. Each week, a beautiful email will be delivered to your inbox, and it will guide you to your content portal where you will find your weekly lessons. Your lessons might come in the form of video, audio, worksheet. You'll have so many amazing resources that you'll be able to print out and keep forever, as well as a really beautiful community of sisters on the journey with you. I think this is the most special part. The women who are a part of Circle Initiation, who feel the call, are so incredible. There are women who are just like you and me and who have done some work on themselves and have potentially done work with other people, and they're ready for that next big thing. And the level of authenticity, the level of connection within this community is truly profound. And every week we'll have a live call and we'll talk about questions, we'll do some sharings, and it's a really beautiful experience. And if you can't make the live call, which some women can't, there's always a replay and always a very active community online for women to connect and feel held by each other. And at the end, you will receive an official Global Sisterhood certificate. So you will be officially certified from us. So at the end of the program, we will send you a certificate and you will have a graduation and you will be a part of our inner circle of facilitators that have been certified by us. And it's a very special community we're forming, and I invite you into that community. So with that, I want to invite you to be a part of this program. I want to invite you to be a part of this program if you're feeling the call to step into your leadership. This is something that will transform you. Whether you're almost there, whether you've been leading for a little while and there's just something more that you need, or whether you're ready to just take a leap into something new, this is a powerful, transformative journey that will continue to give to you way beyond the program is over. This is an opportunity to shed a lot of limiting beliefs and to really thrive and rise as a feminine leader, creating healing and sacred space for other women. So we have done our research. We have looked at other programs available for facilitation of women's circles, and by far, the Global Sisterhood Circle Initiation Program is the most thorough, most transformative, most community-based, and the least expensive one out there. We want this to be accessible and we want this to be so juicy and transformative, and we can say from experience that it is. And that is why I don't want money to be an issue for you. And that is why we have priced this at such a reasonable price. Other programs are in the thousands, and we want this to be something that is accessible and easy to you. So much so that if you've watched all the way to this part of the webinar, I know you're interested. I know you feel the call. And that's why I'm going to give you a gift of $100 off. So as you can see here, there's a coupon code INITIATE that you can put in at checkout for $100 off. And you need to do that very soon because as this webinar expires, so will this coupon code. So saying yes to this journey will help you replenish your soul and grow your intuitive gifts. It will help awaken your sensuality and zest for life so you can come into right alignment and manifest your heart desires. It will help you free your voice, free you from hiding, help you speak your desires, say what you need, say no, and feel fully comfortable sharing yourself with others. It will help you explore the depths of your feminine power, the deep mystery within you. It will help you then step into a new paradigm leader, sharing your light with the world. And also, we will help you launch, grow, and sustain your circle and even turn it into a business, whether that's coaching or yoga, whatever it is you do, this course will add to all of it. And so right now, I hope that you will save your seat. I hope that you will feel the call in your heart and follow it. So you can go over to globalsisterhood.org/circle initiation and you can put in the code INITIATE at checkout. This is something that won't be available for long, so I really hope you do get this discount. And I really hope also that you've gotten a lot out of this webinar. It's been an honor to share with you this work. And I know that if you're here, you're resonating with this mission. And if you're resonating with this mission, you're being called to this mission. And I want you to know that even though we've never met, we are sisters on this journey. The Global Sisterhood welcomes you with open arms. We welcome everything that you've been through, everything that you're working with, and everything that you are. And it is our mission to help you become everything that you dream and to manifest everything that you dream. And so if you have any questions, please let us know. You can write us at support@globalsisterhood.org, and we will be happy to answer any questions, walk you through anything. And if you're already feeling ready, go ahead and sign up for this course, and we will see you April 7th with the start of our new 7-week program with our new cohort. So again, that's April 7th. And yes, we hope you can join. And I hope that you've been served by this experience. And if you would like to connect more with me, please reach out. It's been an honor to speak with you, and I hope to get to know you more. All my love. Thank you.